here in Foxboro today. The 4-9 Jacksonville Jaguars, the 11-2 New England Patriots. And with Tom Brady at the helm, the Pats find a way to win more often than not. They're 6-0 at home this year. But Brady faces a defense that gets better by the week. The Jags have limited their opponents to less than 9 points a game over the last month. Our kickoff is next.
It is a winter day in Foxboro. The wind chill, 16 degrees. We are expecting snow a bit later. No one knows it better than our man on the field, Armin Katay. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You bet with the snow. But the one condition really that's up in the air, too, is the condition of this football field. Teddy Bruschi, the Patriots linebacker, telling us that it had been kind of sloppy the last couple of games. I checked it out before this game. Even though it's kind of uneven and bare in spots, the footing is rather firm. Another big question actually later in the day is this wind as it comes through this gap down here and bounces off of this scoreboard. How young Mr. Leftwich, the quarterback for Jacksonville, are going to handle the swirling winds in his first trip to Foxboro. Greg?
All right, Armin, thank you. The head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Jack Del Rio, 11 years, an NFL linebacker, his first year as a head coach. And on the other side of the field is Bill Belichick, the head man of the New England Patriots, who has seen his team post consecutive shutouts here at home in their last 2 games. The Patriots have won the toss. They have elected to receive. And Kevin Falk is the deep man for the New England Patriots. Jacksonville, 4-9, winners of 2 straight, 3 of their last 5 against the AFC East kingpins, the Patriots. This is David Gibbons off the short kick. Gibbons returned just short of the 35-yard line, and there is Tom Brady. Brady finds a way to win. You see his numbers on the season. And in a season of numerous injuries, the offensive line's been steady. The same 5 start for the 10th straight game. Joe Andruzzi in his 7th year, the most senior. And Brady gets Troy Brown back at wide receiver. He's been sidelined the past 4 games with a hamstring injury. On the play fake, the screen. Falk, and Falk is wrapped up back at the 30-yard line by Tony Brackens. Let's take a look at that Jacksonville defense, a tough defense. Brackens, the Jaguars sack leader with 6 of them. Aiken Adell, a very active and talented second-year linebacker out of Purdue, is the Jags' leading tackler, and the secondary is led by strong safety Donovan Darius, now in his 6th season out of Syracuse. And the Jacksonville defense looked very alive for the screen pass, didn't they? Loss of 4 makes it 2nd and 14, and straight up the middle is Falk. And Falk gets it back to about the 34-yard line. John Henderson with the stop.
Well, Greg, to answer your question, yes, the Jacksonville defense was ready for the screen. When you play the New England Patriots, they love to do that. What New England would like to do today on offense, of course they want to run it and keep the game balanced, but they want to throw the football down the field. Jacksonville on defense, not a great pass rush, okay in the secondary. There are holes downfield if you protect the quarterback.
Larry Centers on the field for New England on 3rd and 10. Brady throwing. That's complete midfield, out of bounds to Deion Branch, and it's enough for a first down for New England.
Excellent protection by the New England offensive line. And again, if you give Brady the time, you let the receivers run down the field, they are going to find the open spots. And this time, there's a big open spot to the left side. Tom Brady, perfect throw to Deion Branch. And as I stand here and as I watch this game, we've got good seats today, Greg. We're pretty close. Jacksonville's defense, it is huge.
From midfield, Brady gets the defense to jump. He's going to throw it down the far sideline. It is off the hands of his intended receiver, Branch.
Good job by Brady and Branch. See Deion Branch holding his right hand.
Offside. Number 58. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Defensive end Hugh Douglas is the man who jumped.
You know, not enough teams. You see it all the time. Quarterback, you got to practice these situations. Deion Branch again. Tom Brady threw a rocket down the field and hurt Deion Branch's right hand. But not enough team practice the fact you draw them off sides. Receivers and quarterbacks know. Go down the field, try to make a big play.
On 1st and 5, quick pass to Gibbons. And Gibbons inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. It'll be enough for first down. Rasheed Mathis, the rookie cornerback, second-round draft pick, made the stop.
Well, you know, all week long you're practicing. Again, we say it so many times we do games. They throw quick screens that are designed, and also if you are a defensive back and you stay too far off the wide receiver, Tom Brady will make eye contact with the wide receiver. They throw the football out there quick, and they pick up some good yards.
Charlie Weiss, the very talented and innovative offensive coordinator for New England. Here's the pitch for Falk. Falk dips outside, can't turn the corner, and is knocked out of bounds. Well, Bill Belichick told us yesterday morning, make absolutely no mistake about it, he and the Patriots have a great deal of respect for this Jacksonville team that thrashed the Houston Texans 27-0 a week ago, and Belichick said it's a team that we barely beat in overtime.
Yeah, that's right. Well, think about it. Jacksonville, they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, manhandled them physically. They beat the Indianapolis Colts. They're pretty good. They run the 2-yard line trying to tie the game up against the Tennessee Titans. So if you watch the films, you know you're going up against a good, solid team who is excited about playing one of the best.
On a spread field, a quick pass just short of the 30-yard line is complete to Daniel Graham, the tight end. This Jacksonville defense is 5th overall. It is number 2 in the league against the rush. They're allowing just over 84 rushing yards a game, and it's the best in the NFL in yards per attempt. They allow just over 3 yards per rushing attempt.
Well, they got a defensive coach in Jack Del Rio, Mike Smith, the defensive coordinator. There he is. And then again, when you see him in person, we talked to Marcus Stroud last night, John Henderson, 2 big guys in the middle. You can't move them. That's one of the reasons why they're so good against the rush.
The give is to Larry Centers, and Centers gets very little. Up to about the 30-yard line, and Henderson in on that stop. It will be 4th and 2. And there is no sign of a field goal unit coming onto the field.
Well, you heard Armin Katea talk about the condition of this field. It's not great. Long field goals become more difficult. And all along, when you get in a situation like this, why they ran on 3rd down is because they were thinking about if we miss it, we'll go for it on 4th.
Antoine Smith and Larry Centers in the backfield.
I expect a play-action fake in this situation.
Quick pass out here to Givens. Givens dodges his man, pulled down at the 26-yard line, but he has enough for a first down.
They do it so much, I don't know whether to say it was designed or, again, the defensive back. Look, nobody near him. That looks like a screen all the way because Troy Brown was looking for a block right from the snap of the football. But an excellent job by Givens, knowing the situation, picking up the first down.
First down, New England at the Jacksonville 27. Brady, perfect in 5 throws so far. Play fake. Brady throwing this side, wide open, Graham, touchdown.
That was a really good job by Tom Brady. Good fake, but it looks like he should go down the field. And at the last second, he pulls it back and goes to his outlet receiver. The short receiver sometimes gives you the big play, and it did in that instance to Daniel Graham. Good job by Tom Brady.
Tom Brady doesn't throw very many touchdown passes here at Gillette. It's his 2nd of the season and his 1st in his last 149 throws on his home field. Adam Vinatieri, the extra point is good. 10:02 to play. First quarter, 27 yards. Brady to Graham. The Patriots have a 7-0 lead. Daniel Graham scores his 3rd touchdown of the season, and New England happy to get on the board on an opening drive for a change. They lead at 7-0. Vinatieri will kick it away deep for Jacksonville. Number 34, David Allen, and number 22, the rookie LeBrandon Tofield. Near side of the field, bounces and picked off by Allen. A little hesitation and then pulls his way across the 20, close to the 25-yard line. New England on top. Daniel Graham plays Santa Claus and says Merry Christmas to a happy front row occupant.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Friendly, nonstop service all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. The next Ford F-150, built Ford tough. And by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
As we welcome you back to Gillette Stadium, Byron Leftwich, the first-round draft pick of the Jaguars, the rookie out of Marshall. His numbers on the season as he takes control of the offense here, down 7-0. From the 24, he'll throw on first down, far side of the field, and that's complete. Midfield, Jimmy Smith down the sideline to the 20, and finally dragged down by Rodney Harrison. 67 yards on the first offensive play of the game for Jacksonville.
New England trying to be too aggressive. It looks like Byron Leftwich is going to throw it out into the flat, and Tyrone Poole looks like he comes up and tries to cover another receiver. That allows Jimmy Smith to be wide open.
Leftwich's first throw is good for 67 yards. First and goal. The give is to Fred Taylor, and Taylor just inside the 7-yard line.
Well, let's go back and look at how they got such a big pass play against this New England defense. Up at the top, Tyrone Poole. Here's going to be the route, and see what Tyrone Poole does. He comes up. Oh, what happens is I was wrong. The safety is too late getting over there. That's the reason why Eugene Wilson, trying to disguise the defense so much, he gets burned.
Jack Del Rio looks on, second and goal. We have a whistle at the snap of the ball, and it's going to go against Jacksonville.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 85, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's the rookie wide receiver, Cortez Hankton.
You know, Greg, just going back to that big play, New England famous for disguising defenses. Players moving around before the snap, trying to confuse the quarterback. That time they worked so hard at disguising, Eugene Wilson could not get over there to stop the pass.
You see those numbers for Jimmy Smith. Not a bad play for a guy who described himself as just getting into his twilight years last night when we talked to him.
Still big, still explosive, good route runner, even though he's been in the league a while.
Leftwich throws. That's complete to the tight end, Kyle Brady, and Brady to about the 5-yard line. It'll be third and goal.
So tough to score against this New England defense. Bill Musgrave talking about today's game. Wanted to be patient, run the ball, just stay in there. He says you get opportunities for big pass plays against New England, but when you get them, you got to take advantage of them.
New England's defense has been stout here at home, as have the Patriots. From the shotgun, Leftwich into the end zone, incomplete. Kyle Brady was alone, and Leftwich couldn't connect.
Looks like a mix-up again. Kyle Brady goes into the end zone. The defense, they let Kyle Brady all alone, and Byron Leftwich just throws it so hard that Kyle Brady cannot make the adjustment to catch the football.
That will bring the field goal unit on, and that means rookie Seth Marler from 24 yards out. The kick is good. The big gainer on the first offensive play results in a field goal. 7:19 to play, 7-3 New England. Five plays, 71 yards. Marler's field goal. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the board and are set to kick it to the Patriots. And Teddy Bruschi, exceptional linebacker, exceptional special teams player. That's Bruschi with his hand on the football and picks it up at the 27. And back across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. Tonight on CBS, the most anticipated Survivor finale yet. 4 castaways, 3 tribal councils, 2 unforgettable hours, and only 1 ultimate survivor. Don't miss the Survivor season finale and live reunion show tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Teddy Bruschi thinks he's an offensive weapon now. Did you notice that? Jumped up, knocked it down, picks it up. Well, I guess you can do that. And you got to feel that way after the play he made last week to really win the football game against the Miami Dolphins. Tom Brady pretty careful with the football.
Good pass out here. Falk, nice move, and out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Let's go back to the Daniel Graham touchdown for New England.
Here he goes out here. What makes it so impressive for Tom Brady? When you're a quarterback, you look at the middle of the field. If nobody's there, you want to throw it. But he sees the receiver's not open. He comes off of it, and look how wide open Daniel Graham is. And really, I couldn't even figure out what the responsibilities of the defensive players were on that play. They looked confused.
On 2nd and 5, Falk to about the 44. Mike Peterson with the stop. What's going on with Houston and Tampa Bay? And Nancy, New York. Yeah.
All right, for the first time in 8 games, Tampa has scored in the opening quarter. It's Thomas Jones getting the start today at running back in place of Michael Pittman. And look at this hard running, 18 yards for the touchdown. 7-0 Bucks. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Tampa Bay not quite enjoying the same season they did en route to the Super Bowl a year ago. 3rd and 3. And we got a timeout called on the field. Number 54, Mike Peterson, makes the call with 6 minutes even to play here in the first quarter. Something they didn't like to see on defense.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you. Nothing's better. Dr. Pepper. And by T-Mobile. Get more minutes, more features, more service.
6 minutes to play. That is no defense whatsoever for the snow that due to arrive here this afternoon. Patriots 1 out of their last 8 on 3rd and short yardage. Falk and centers. Now split out as wide receivers, and Brady straight ahead over midfield, first down New England.
Just another way to pick up the 3rd down. Look at the space in front of Tom Brady. Of course, he's going to run the quarterback sneak. This was a planned play. Spread the defense out. If they don't pay attention to a quarterback who they think is not going to run, take advantage of it.
That 7-yard run, Brady's longest of the season. From the 49-yard line, pulls it down, then throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Kevin Falk. You know, that ball clearly bounced. I like the way Kevin Falk just took it and ran. Hey, it could have been a lateral.
That's exactly right. Good heads-up play. Until you hear that whistle, pick it up and go, because when you throw a lot of screens, every once in a while, you can throw one backward.
Considered a forward pass, however. It's 2nd and 10. And wrestled down in the backfield is Kevin Falk, and taken down by Marcus Stroud, number 99.
Well, when you watch this team, you can just see how they get penetration. Look at the defensive lineman in the backfield. Marcus Stroud, number 99. Paul Spicer, 95, is right there. You are not going to overpower Jacksonville's defensive front line.
3rd and 14. Here comes the blitz. Brady throwing far side of the field, and that is caught by David Givens, and enough for a first down. Broke his pattern off a couple of yards past the first down marker. 18-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, the blitz by the Jacksonville defense allows Tom Brady to look outside deep down the field. He anticipates the break by David Givens, and what a catch going down to secure it. Good protection. Good shot of Givens coming out of the break. Nice catch.
Falcon centers in the backfield now on first down. Brady to throw. Under pressure and dragged down just as he got rid of the ball, and he is going to be ruled down on the play. That'll be a sack for John Henderson.
Was down before the ball was thrown. Second down.
Tom Brady's knee must hit the ground before he can get rid of it. John Henderson, along with Marcus Stroud, are the two guys that we talk so much about. He's so big, even though it's a play-action fake, they don't care. Their job is to get in the backfield, and then they just see who has the football, and they go towards it.
Loss of 10, 2nd and 20. Brady flips it out. That's Graham. And Graham is cut down at about the 45-yard line. Fernando Bryant coming up off the corner.
Greg, can you see a little trend going in this game? The trend is New England finding out in person what a lot of other teams are finding out. When you line up in the game, no matter what it looks like on film, they're strong, they're powerful, and right now they're pushing around the New England offensive line. Talking about the defensive front of Jacksonville.
Saw Paul Spicer, number 95, come off to the sideline. 3rd and long. Brady sidesteps the tackler, throws over the middle. Troy Brown, and Brown inside the 25 for a first down. 23-yard pickup, and that's the first reception for Troy Brown since about the end of October.
Well, Troy Brown back in the lineup. It's always good to have another weapon. You talk about mobility, watch Tom Brady. Shuffle to the right, shuffle to the left, and how about the throw downfield to Troy Brown? Troy Brown in the slot, going up the field against Kawaki Thomas. Nice move, patient, but an excellent throw by Tom Brady.
3rd and long, no problem for the Patriots on this drive. They've converted a 3rd and 14 and a 3rd and 20. This time Falk straight up the middle, inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
Draw plays against the defense. We talked to Marcus Stroud last night. I was trying to ask him a little bit about the defensive line play, and he just basically said, no, he was laughing at me. We just tried to get back in the backfield and go. So when you play defenses and players like that who want to get up the field, draw plays, that's why you run them. Marcus Stroud, even though it's a little chilly up here today, still lose your breath.
A little chilly. That pass is complete to Graham, and Graham is down at about the 18, maybe 17.5-yard line.
Greg, if it's under 80, it's a little chilly to you. So I'm surprised your teeth are not, cracking together already. But
two of us, minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. That is enough for a first down, and now the Patriots get into the red zone where the touchdown percentage ranks last in the NFL.
Well, they're last. There's a lot of reasons why they're last, too. One, they're playing at home. The weather has been bad at times. The games are playing in are not high scoring, so they settle for field goals, which sometimes are just as important as touchdowns.
That's Graham going in motion. Brady gives to Falk. Hole on the right side, inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Donovan Darius coming up for the stop.
Well, these draw plays will slow down the pass rush by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here, Kevin Falk, you're him. Take the draw, take the handoff, and just look for the open space. Nice blocking down the field.
Give New England a 2nd and 3. On the 5-yard line, straight ahead is Antoine Smith, and Smith looking for a first down. This will be close.
Was there a little contact that time? Could you hear it? But another interesting thing, Tom Brady goes on a quick snap count so the Jacksonville defense can't dig in and be ready for the running play.
Time runs down before we get a shot at a first down. That's the end of our first quarter with the score. New England Patriots 7, Jacksonville 3. We're coming back to Gillette Stadium in Foxboro right after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
how the playoff picture looks in the AFC. New England trying to outdistance the Chiefs in Indianapolis for best record and home field advantage. Kansas City is in the playoffs. Indy and Baltimore right now holding down the division leads. And Tennessee and Denver right now rank as the 2 wild card teams. But we know how much that can change in the next couple of weeks.
It'll change in 10 minutes. I'll just keep listening to you.
On 3rd and inches, Antoine Smith is wrapped up. Brady thinks he has a first down, but he doesn't.
He does not. In fact, he lost yards, or lost ground, not yards. Big decision. Again, look, Bracken's in the backfield. That messes up the blocking scheme, and it just allows other defenders to be free and to come in and make the tackle.
And on 4th and 2, here comes Vinatieri and the field goal unit. I think Bill Belichick has seen quite enough of that front line to know what he can and can't do today.
Well, Greg, it's near the end zone. That makes it tougher to pick up 4th and 2. If you're out in the field, there's more plays available to you. This close, hard to execute.
22-yard field goal attempt by Vinatieri is good. And so here at the start of the second quarter, the Patriots tack on 3 more and lead at 10-3. A reminder, you can follow the playoff race with our exclusive projected seeds, brackets, and all of the playoff clinching scenarios. Just click on playoff race at cbssportsline.com. The kickoff. This is David Allen, just inside the 5, 20, and across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. We have 14:07 to play in the first half. Troy Brown in celebration of the Patriots' lead. That field goal by Adam Vinatieri elevates him to company with Gino Cappelletti, who has over 1,100 career points. The only Patriots to go over the 900-point mark in franchise history. Byron Leftwich back to work on offense. And the give is to Fred Taylor. Taylor cuts it back out to about the 30, just across the 30-yard line. It'll be second down. Bobby Hamilton, number 91, with the stop.
Fred Taylor is the focus of this offense. When you talk about Jacksonville, we talked about their game plan today. Let's make sure they give it to Fred Taylor enough on 1st and 2nd down to make it easy for the young quarterback on 3rd downs. But he's healthy again. He's explosive. And the coaches for the New England Patriots worried about him getting out in the open field.
Shaking their heads. Such an explosive runner and so big, too. 235 pounds. Leftwich throwing. Has his man open, and it's complete to the tight end, Chris Luzar, the second-year man out of Virginia.
Well, George Reister, number 87, pulled a hamstring on Friday's practice, so that brings in a different tight end. Luzar does a good job against Teddy Bruschi. They wanted to do this. Man coverage down the field. The tight end, a little too much for Teddy Bruschi.
Gives the Patriots, or gives the Jacksonville Jaguars field position in Patriots territory now. And the give is to Taylor. Taylor, right side, running room, inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. And once again, we check in with Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg and Phil. Let me give you a little idea of the weather system that's headed your way. It looks like Foxboro a week ago. This is the scene at Giant Stadium. Slippery football follies. Pennington gets sacked. The Jets lead at 3-0 in the snow as it continues to fall. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Wow.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, it's almost funny. Like you say, it's football follies, Jim. It's not funny for the players down there trying to hang on to that football.
On 2nd and 5, Taylor tries the left side and breaks through inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, and a first down for Jacksonville.
Well, if you had any concerns, if you didn't believe what you were reading in the paper all week, if you're a New England fan about the Jacksonville football team, you've seen how their defense can be physical, and how about running the football with Fred Taylor? A big offensive line that likes to block down the field, a good hard runner, and a quarterback who's looking for big plays in the passing game.
Fred Taylor has chalked up 3 consecutive games of 100 yards rushing or more. 6,000 career rushing yards now for number 28. From the shotgun, Leftwich with all kinds of time. Throws to the near side, and that's Brady, complete just short of the 30-yard line. Jack Del Rio, we mentioned it before. The conditions here are cold, and Jack Del Rio is out there braving it, putting on a good front for his players. And I don't think there's any doubt that he was one of the tougher players around the league.
Yeah, that's right. He's trying to show his players conditions don't matter, and so far it doesn't seem to really bother his football teams. Some of the personnel for Jacksonville are wearing shorts on the sideline.
Leftwich with time again and throws, and that is complete. Just short of the 15-yard line to Kevin Johnson, the ex-Cleveland Brown. 15 yards, first down.
Byron Leftwich, when you watch this team, and we watched them this week, Greg, this offensive line and Bill Musgrave, the offensive coordinator, they do a very good job of giving him tremendous space in which to throw the football. He needs it. He's young. He kind of winds up to throw it, but when he's given space, he's accurate with the football.
Leftwich pulls it down. Now on the run and diving inside the 15-yard line. It'll be marked at the 15. Teddy Bruschi given credit for the stop. With the 1-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, Bill Musgrave looks like he's got some of the answer. Here comes a corner blitz and a linebacker by New England. And look at the pickup. LeBrandon Tofield really keeps Tyrone Poole out of the backfield and gives Byron Leftwich time to run with the football.
Fred Taylor back onto the field as the deep back in the I formation. 8th play of this drive right here. 2nd and long yardage. Taylor looking for blocking that really doesn't develop. He just nudges it inside the 15-yard line. Bruschi and Ty Law with the stop.
What the New England Patriots, what they were hoping to do on defense today, it hasn't worked out for them so far. Stop the running game, which you always want to do, but they know they got a young quarterback on the other side. And New England's defense is pretty tricky on 3rd downs. So they thought they could blitz, take advantage of a young quarterback, and maybe get some turnovers. They have not gotten close to pressuring the quarterback so far.
3rd and 8. Comes a blitz over the middle, complete, and diving inside the 5 is Kevin Johnson, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Good job. Leftwich sees the blitz. Fred Taylor in the backfield helps pick it up. That was Kevin Johnson coming across the formation. Nobody has him. He's wide open again. Ty Law is off of him. Byron Leftwich sees him, picks up a big 1st down.
As you saw a few moments ago, it has been a while since someone scored a touchdown here against the Patriots. Taylor. Not much there at all.
It almost looked like one of that play that won the game for him against the Indianapolis Colts on the goal line stand. Willie McGinnis, 55, coming around the outside so fast. Makes Fred Taylor kind of pull up. Ted Washington in the middle. Richard Seymour stop the run.
2nd and goal from just inside the 5.
They worked hard in pregame.
Taylor, nowhere to go. Gang tackled at the 5-yard line.
Well, I was going to say they really worked hard in pregame of throwing the football to the back of the end zone. I thought they might do it there, but this time it's New England getting in the backfield. Mike Vrabel just pushing his guy, his blocker, into the backfield. Nowhere for Fred Taylor to go. When a defensive player gets across the line of scrimmage, it ruins all the blocking assignments for the offense, and it usually disrupts all running plays.
3rd and goal. On the blitz. Quick pass. Taylor dropped it. Safe to say Fred Taylor had a real good shot at a touchdown if he held on.
That was really a tremendous call. Well designed. Everything is there. And Fred Taylor, Greg, you said it, drops the touchdown pass. He faked like he was going to block Mike Vrabel, lets him go, nobody covering him.
2nd time the Jaguars have been stopped at the New England 5. Seth Marler. This one from 23 yards out. And it's good. Still short of the end zone. 2 field goals for the Jaguars, who trail by 4.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Campbell's Chunky Soup. Dinner that fills you up right. Make it Campbell's instead. Norelco, ultra close, ultra comfortable, guaranteed. And by PlayStation 2.
.7:18 to play. No, it's not cold here, is it? That's Chris Naoli, the offensive lineman. Low kick off of Brewski's hand. Inside the 20, picked up by Falk. Falk still on his feet, 35. And tripped up just short of the 40-yard line. 21-yard return. It's a 10-6 game. Coach Jack Del Rio says his guys still in this game. Thought for a moment when we got over near the fire we could get a little warmer, but I found out that's not the case. The thing about the weather, though, is it affects both teams, and both teams have reacted pretty well so far. Well,
playing in this stadium up in New England this late in the year, for both teams, even New England, they got to be happy. The conditions right now are very good. The field, which has been very sloppy for quite a while up here, it's fast, and that's why we're seeing both teams, all the skill players playing well.
And if the weather forecast holds true, and you saw what's going on down in New York, that the conditions could deteriorate in a hurry in the not too distant future. First down. Brady and the Patriots. Antoine Smith in the backfield. Quick pass out here, and that's Troy Brown, and Brown dodges 1-2 tackles and then is brought down just over the 40-yard line. And a reminder, coming up, the Nextel halftime report. Jim, Dan, Dion, and Boomer will have today's scores and highlights and weather report, I'm sure, all coming up on the Nextel halftime report.
That's Hugh Douglas being helped off the field. You know what? When you're a defensive lineman, one of the keys to stopping screen plays, and I've heard it from many coaches this year, your defensive line has to react and chase the football to tackle the receiver on the line of scrimmage or shortly down the field. Hugh Douglas did it.
Brady to throw. That one is batted down, incomplete, intended. Let's see, intended for the tight end, Graham, and then Rashean Mathis, the rookie, came close to the interception.
Oh, coming close. Tom Brady is so fortunate this is not intercepted, but you know why he throws the football? It makes quarterbacks really, well, I don't want to say dumb, but not smart. When you pressure the quarterback, they got to make decisions faster, and sometimes under pressure, you throw it out there and you hope for the best.
Donovan Darius told us last night he felt they could jump a few of the patterns by the New England Patriots. Mathis did that time, just couldn't hold on to the ball. Brady throwing just behind his intended receiver at midfield, Troy Brown.
That was Donovan Darius, and it's like you said, Greg, that was the exact route he was talking about. They took somebody deep down the field that ran by him. Somebody's going to go by him, and then he's going to look for the end cut. He reads it, and he was coming up, and Tom Brady saw it, threw it behind the receiver.
Ken Walter, released 2 weeks ago, didn't play last week, re-signed this week, and back to punting duties for the Patriots. Beauty. And gets a cheer on the high floater. Allen dropped the football. Did he recover it? He did. Number 35, Patrick Pass, hoping the officials would rule in his favor. They did not. And Allen makes the critical recovery.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Peter Pan. This Christmas, discover the timeless story as you've never seen it before. Starts Christmas Day. And by Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Cold, down, easy.
A reminder, Monday on an all-new Late Show, Dave welcomes Lord of the Rings star Luke Tyler and music from Alicia Keys. And Tuesday, don't miss the winner of Survivor. Dave's all new all this week. with the near loss of the football. The line of scrimmage back to the 19-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. Leftwich. Hit from behind, lost the football, fallen on by Brad Meester, the center. Richard Seymour in on the quarterback. Loss of 6 makes it 2nd and 16.
Jacksonville, not very often do they have play-action passes. Leftwich looking down the field, kind of loses sight of who's around him. Richard Seymour does the right thing, goes for the hit and the strip. Alert offensive linemen, then get the recovery.
Only the 4th sack allowed by Jacksonville in the last 6 games. On the draw, straight ahead and not getting very much to the 13-yard line is Fred Taylor. Let's go down to Armin.
You know, Greg, most assistant coaches, if they got a call out of the blue at 5 p.m. to have an interviewing job for a head coaching job the next day at 8 a.m., they would have just winged it. Not Jack Del Rio. He said in his laptop he had basically a book about how he would be a head football coach. Training camp sessions, everything from practice plans. He said when he met with Wayne Weaver, he was able to tell him exactly what he wanted to do. He blew Weaver away in the interview process and got the job, and it has turned out very well for Jacksonville, Greg.
His team appears to have gotten it the last few weeks. Armin from the shotgun, Leftwich stepping up, looking, throwing down the sideline, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. Pass intended for Kevin Johnson. The rookie Asante Samuel was right there with him, and the Jaguars punt.
Even though that series did not go well for Jacksonville, Bill Musgrave, I'm telling you, I'm very impressed. They're picking up the blitzes by New England. They're giving their Byron Leftwich and the receivers chances, even in the big blitz, able to go down the field and get a chance for the big play.
Royals to kick it away for Jacksonville. Troy Brown is deep.
From midfield, Troy Brown. Inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. That's where the Patriots will go to work on offense, and Monday on CBS. Christmas with Raymond, always an event. This year you won't believe what he uncovers in a stockpile of unwanted presents from seasons past. One holiday treat you won't want to miss, an all-new Everybody Loves Raymond, Monday on CBS.
Well, for the first time today, I really felt some energy from the New England Patriots defense. They let Jacksonville just go down the field on them twice. They figured a few things out, got the emotion back, and 3 plays and out, and they give their offense tremendous field position.
Brady gives to Antoine Smith. Smith, left side for a couple, maybe 1 or 2. Aiken Adell, the second-year linebacker out of Purdue, makes the stop after a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Well, let me just say this. The only way I think you can run the football on Jacksonville's front is to fool them. In other words, draw plays, misdirection, something they're not ready for. Charlie Weiss, he already knows if you think you can just line up and knock them off the football, it's not going to happen.
Brady on 2nd and 9, going to go deep down the far side. It is caught by David Gibbons. What a catch by Gibbons.
It's a blitz by the defense. Rasheem Mathis, nice hesitation at the line of scrimmage by Gibbons, and watch at the very end. He turns completely around to get faced up with the football. That allows him to get both hands on it and make a very tough catch.
You and I go around in circles about this, but I still say if a defensive back doesn't turn and look for the football, it greatly decreases his chances of knocking the ball down. Brady throwing, corner of the end zone, and overthrows everybody, incomplete.
Greg, it's a great theory, and I understand why you say, why don't they? But I'll just say this. If they turn around as much as you want them to, the receiver will be catching the ball and running for touchdowns instead of just big plays. Because to turn and look for the football when you're beaten as a defensive back, you're going to lose sight of the wide receiver, and when he catches it, you won't be able to make the tackle.
But you know, if you're beaten, it doesn't make a difference.
At least you can make the tackle. I understand.
Brady throwing. Smith on the screen. And this one is wrapped up by, maybe 6 or 7 of the Jaguars on defense, led by Mike Peterson.
Yeah, just say tackled by Jacksonville. That's the best way. But, you know, a couple things I watched this game. Tom Brady, we talked to him yesterday, and he was just talking about dealing with the conditions, being a quarterback up in New England, it's going to be windy, you're going to get wet, you're going to get snow, it's a sloppy field. And he talked about how he's made adjustments in throwing the football and how much it's really helped him. Because in tough conditions, he does throw the football very well.
12 yards for a first down. Brady pops and fires. Incomplete. Larry Centers had a touchdown.
What a design by the New England offense, and a perfect throw by Tom Brady, but Larry Centers just bobbles it for a second. That's enough to let it fall incomplete. They had a receiver short, somebody went deep, he goes in the middle, and he's wide open for the touchdown.
Vinatieri from 31 yards out. And looked like it was blocked on the way, but went through. Vinatieri gets 3 more points. It is total. 2:30 to play. First half. 13-6 New England.
You know, Greg, we were talking about Tom Brady making adjustments with his throwing motion. Watch this. He talks about getting on top of the football, a term quarterbacks want to use. Look at his wrist. He kind of cups it just a little, doesn't let it flop backwards. It allows him to stay on top of the football, and even in windy, cold conditions, he still throws tight, spinning spirals. And when you spin the football and it spirals, it makes it go where you're aiming it to go.
Vinatieri set to kick it away. David Allen and LeBrandon Tofield deep. This will be Allen from the 12. Hole up the middle. 35 out to about the 36-yard line. Fine return by David Allen of 25 yards. And this week on NFL.com, none other than Phil Simms says there are 2 teams you do not want to face in the playoffs. Denver Broncos, the Baltimore Ravens. See why on NFL.com or at NFL on AOL. Leftwich and Brady today, their numbers.
Both of them throwing the football very well in the cold weather. Both getting pretty good protection too, which helps.
From the shotgun, Leftwich with time throws Mark Edwards, the fullback, 40, and out of bounds across the 45-yard line, and enough for a first down.
You know, I got my article ready for this week. You know what it is? Why don't defensive backs turn around more when the football's in the air?
You know, you better give me credit. Don't plagiarize.
Oh yeah, that's right, I will. I know it's a pet peeve of yours, and it's just hard to do, Greg. It's
like hoping the ball hits you in the helmet if you don't turn around and look for it. He said from a world of experience. 2 minutes to play here in Foxboro. Well, in my playing days, we'll be back. Byron Leftwich came into this game with 11 touchdown passes and 12 interceptions, but he hasn't thrown any picks lately.
Yeah, and Greg, couple reasons. Jack Del Rio said he'd had it with the turnovers, so they narrowed the playbook down, made it easier, and Byron Leftwich has just learned to protect the football a lot better.
Down the far sideline, that's caught. Kevin Johnson with another reception for the Jaguars, and this one takes them down inside the 25-yard line.
And you know, they don't make it real complicated. You're going to blitz, they're just going to run deep, and they do this every single game. It's one-on-one on the outside. Byron Leftwich just throws it right at the defensive player. That was a perfect example. The offensive player can turn and catch the football before the defensive player can react. Another example right there for you, Greg.
I wasn't going to say it. First down. Leftwich with time throws near side, and that's complete to Johnson. And now it's ruled incomplete. He's out of bounds.
But again, you know, as you watch this, we talk so much about New England's defense, the blitzing, they're so clever. Who can pick it up? You can't figure it out. I got to tell you, Jacksonville, from the coaches to the players, they didn't even blink an eye. They didn't even seem like, yeah, so. They're not confused. They weren't intimidated by it at all, and I can see why. They have got the answer. Not only do they pick it up at the line of scrimmage and give the quarterback tremendous space.
They are not all putting very much pressure on Leftwich at all. Leftwich now up the middle. Changes direction and stripped up as he crosses the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Rodney Harrison coming up from his safety spot.
And you know, Greg, you talked about it. No interceptions now. And it's 101 passes, I think, that he's thrown. But they just know what they're doing. And Jimmy Smith said this. You know what? When you narrow your playbook down and you don't have to think as much about all the plays and what you're doing, he goes, man, you just play fast. You don't have to, you're aggressive. And sometimes having less plays makes you play better.
3rd and 5. Leftwich throws out to the side, and that's complete to Hankton. Hankton still on his feet, stretching. Going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down.
You see this more and more. 3rd down and 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. A wide receiver in the backfield. And it's got to be a wide receiver who's tough, who can pick up a blitz if they come, and then he gets out of the backfield, and now he catches a short pass in open space. He can get you a first down.
4th and 2, and Jack Del Rio says, let's go for it with 33 seconds and counting to play here in the first half.
Well, they prepared for this situation because they did not hesitate.
And timeout is called by the Patriots. 26 seconds on the clock. 13-6. New England. We'll be back. Coming up, the Nextel halftime report. Jim, Dan, Dion, and Boomer indoors in New York for all of today's scores and highlights. All coming up on the Nextel halftime report. And in that short timeout, Seth Marler and the field goal unit have come onto the field.
Yeah, they were never going to go for it then. I did not like the decision going for it on 4th and 2. They were going to try to draw New England off sides. The timeout by New England makes them kick the field goal.
34-yard field goal attempt upcoming. Kick is wide right. Marler knew it the moment he hit it.
Well, it's a lot different in New England in December than it is in Jacksonville. Look at the field. The footballs, they're probably like rocks, so it doesn't feel good when you hit them. And Jack Del Rio, 3 times you get the football, or 4 times. 3 of them you drive down the field, and all you have is 6 points.
It's our first chance to talk with Jack Del Rio last night, and he was awfully impressive. And, you know, heard Armin talking a little bit earlier about his preparation, and he said, Jack Del Rio said he learned from Brian Billick. Brian Billick always said, if you want to coach, you ought to prepare yourself to coach.
That's right. Well, it's like a backup quarterback. You never know when your opportunity's coming, but when it comes, be ready.
Number 95, Paul Spicer.
And his opportunity came out of nowhere, really. And he had a few hours to prepare. That is, you know, Greg, that really is impressive, because getting interviewed nowadays for a head coaching job.
Before the snap, encroachment, number 95, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
You know what was funny about Jack Del Rio? He said, when I took over, I felt we had enough offense and we just had to tweak the defense a little. Nice tweaking.
Well, it's that defense. He's right. The head coach, along with the defensive coordinator, Mike Smith, they have done a tremendous job. Mark Brunell gets hurt, so some of their plans in offense changed. They had to play the rookie quarterback. They've done a good job with it.
On 1st and 5, pass over the middle, incomplete, off the fingertips of David Gibbons. 16 seconds to play.
And, you know, we talked about Tom Brady, just the little adjustments. Hey, you know what? That's what good players do. You make adjustments to your conditions, and he has done that up here, because this is a tough stadium to throw a football in. Today, this is the best you could ever hope for, but you can watch him as he throws it. It is flying out of his hand. It's direct. It's what I call clean. Perfect spirals. Easy for wide receivers to catch.
Throwing it with authority. On 2nd and 5, Brady from the shotgun steps up and then goes down. Mike Peterson, number 54, leading the defensive charge.
That's right. Good sack into the first half.
And with that, time winds down. Good first half for Jack Del Rio's Jacksonville Jaguars on the road here. Down less than a touchdown as they head to the locker room. Both teams have been stalled in the red zone and had to settle for field goals. Twice on each side. It's 13-6 New England on the scoreboard. Let's go down to Armin.
Coach, you told us yesterday how impressed you were with Jacksonville. They certainly lived up to those words on both sides of the ball.
They're a tough football team.
What are you going to do here in the second half, do you think?
Well, you know, we had our chances down there. We got down the red zone 3 times and just had 1 touchdown. So we got to get the ball in the end zone. And, you know, defensively, we really have only stopped them 1 time. So we're going to have to do a little better job on defense as well.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Greg?
Armin, thank you. That is the end of our first half. Our score, the New England Patriots 13, the Jaguars of NFL on CBS. Welcome back to Foxboro. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. 13-6 New England is in charge right now, and they have to win this game if they hope to stay ahead of Kansas City in the fight for overall best record in the AFC, because the Chiefs are winning comfortably right now. Anybody who thought this was going to be a soft spot on the Patriots schedule ought to be rethinking their position.
Well, in the words of Bill Belichick, you know, this Jacksonville team, as he said, they're good. That plain and simple. And I think that for you and I, Greg, we talk and we watch and we listen to the players and coaches until you see them in person and really get a first-hand view. You realize they are a good football team.
They have been in this game. Take a look at the halftime numbers and you'll see that the Jaguars are certainly holding their own,
except for those trips to the red zone. You heard Bill Belichick comment about that they really didn't do very well. Neither team did. Came away with field goals a couple of times. But look at the total yards. Jacksonville leading the way as Vinatieri gets set to kick it away. The Jaguars will get their hands on the ball first here in the second half. From the 13-yard line, this is David Allen, 25. Bumps into one of his blockers, and we have a penalty marker down as he crosses the 30-yard line. And it's going to be a face mask against the Jaguars, so it'll put them in a bit of a hole as they start the second half. Let's go down to Armin.
Phil, you mentioned us watching the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just had an opportunity a couple of moments ago to hear the real Jack Del Rio. No question, not intimidated, no fear at all in his voice. Very loudly, very clearly in the locker room, telling his team what he expected. He said, we've had our opportunities, they've had their opportunities. We've got about 30 minutes here, exactly 30 minutes, he said, to get on the side of this battle that we want to be. And Greg, just one little note, the snowflakes are beginning to fall. Back to you.
Hey, Greg, Armin's getting cold. He is getting cold. You know, and Armin, I don't want to rub it in, but Greg has got like a heater the size of whatever by him in
Texas.
But you're tough. You can do it. Good job on the field. But, you know, you talk about opportunities. Jacksonville had 2 gimme touchdown passes, and one was dropped, and Leftwich missed the other one. That's hard to do against New England's defense.
2 tight ends to start for Leftwich. And the handoff to Fred Taylor. And Taylor out close to the 20-yard line in the first half. A look at the numbers for Byron Leftwich. 9 out of 13 for 163 yards. Fred Taylor was 8 carries for 24. And Kevin Johnson, the ex-Cleveland Brown, 3 catches for a total of 52.
You know what? The numbers for Leftwich, they're not good. They're outstanding. They really are. Look what people do against New England. They're the toughest to throw against in the NFL when it comes to quarterback ratings. Byron Leftwich, 111.
Taylor again. And Taylor draws a crowd at about the 27-yard line.
You know, everybody's always trying to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL and say, oh, this guy spent all this stuff, and sometimes they're right. But when you talk about a good quarterback, you look at him, and then you got to pair him up. Then you got to look at their offensive coordinator. And Bill Musgrave is giving the quarterback the opportunities. He designs it right. That allows him to have success. You take a good quarterback and you give him a bad coordinator, and everybody will think that good quarterback's a bad quarterback. So you need instruction. You need leadership. The coach gives it to the player.
On first down, Leftwich throws out here, overthrows Brady, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Word from the New England sideline is that Deion Branch suffered an arm injury on that long pass, the first offensive play of the game for the New England Patriots, and he will not return today.
Talking about leadership, Greg, and it's a pair, the coordinator and the quarterback. It's kind of like you with your producer, Mark Wolf, and Larry Cavallini, our director. Without them, you would be nobody. Is that right?
Love your analogies.
Thank you.
Taylor shakes a tackler, still on his feet, and now stood up as he crosses the 25 to the 27-yard line. Bobby Hamilton, number 91, with the stop. It's no gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
You said it right. Just attack the football. Ted Washington, number 92, double teamed, comes down the line. Even though he doesn't make the initial contact, he gets there after it's all been stood up and messed up. But Ty Law, everybody in the backfield.
We were talking with Bill Belichick about Ted Washington. Coach Belichick said simply, there's just nobody else like him in the league.
Nobody. Can't block him. You really can't move him. He has changed New England's defense since he's been back.
3rd and 10. Blitz. Leftwich throws this side, incomplete. Jimmy Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll force the punt.
Well, that's the first time all day that I think New England has timed up the blitz. They time it where the quarterback calls the signals, and as the ball's being snapped, 2 extra defenders come. Good coverage on the outside by Ty Law. Leftwich throws it away.
Jimmy Smith had a big 67-yard reception on the first offensive play of the game for Jacksonville. Has not caught a pass since. Troy Brown from the 35. Still on his feet and up the sideline. Midfield and knocked out of bounds in Jacksonville territory. We have a flag back at the 40. Walt Anderson will check this out and fill us in.
I think the hold actually happened after Troy Brown was up the field.
During the return, holding, number 35, return team. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
So Patrick passed the guilty party. That's the first New England penalty of the day. 12.5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Not that we were looking for confirmation of Armin's sideline observations, but the precipitation has begun here at Foxboro.
Well, Armin's cold. He gets a little disillusional, when he's down there on the sidelines. So.
Disillusional?
Well, whatever. Delusional, I should say. I'm getting cold, too.
Brady over the middle, and that one's batted down, incomplete. Intended for Kevin Falk. Mike Peterson with the knockdown. Both teams have had their chances. This is Leftwich. Missing Kyle Brady in the end zone. That could have been a touchdown. And then Larry Centers dropped a sure touchdown pass from Tom Brady. Leftwich had one dropped by Fred Taylor. All of those coming in the first half. Otherwise, we'd have more than just a 13-6 score here on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10. That one batted and incomplete. Marcus Stroud got a big paw in the air. We were talking with Marcus Stroud, and of course, he had as a teammate Richard Seymour, who's on the other side of the line, and you're trying to remember who was that linebacker who played behind you guys who was pretty good at Georgia.
Yeah.
Kendrell Bell.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Richard Seymour, Marcus Stroud in the middle, Kendrell Bell, tremendous linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, all together at the University of Georgia.
3rd and 10. Brady on the move. Now throws. Kevin Falk. And Falk comes up short of the 40-yard line and short of the first down. Aiken Adell and Mike Peterson, 2 linebackers, converge for a stop after a 7-yard gain, and that'll bring the punter on.
Jack Del Rio, along with Marvin Lewis, they were in Baltimore when the Ravens won their Super Bowl championship. They know a lot about defenses. They know how to build them, and you can just see all the landmarks here for this Jacksonville team to have an outstanding defense.
Ken Walter. Gets another good one off. Allen from the 27. Went the wrong way. Wrapped up. Out of about the 25-yard line. Daniel Graham, the tight end, down to make the stop. 11:32 to play in the third.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Friendly nonstop service all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Wendy's Wild Mountain Chicken and Wild Mountain Bacon Cheeseburger. It's better here. And by Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention.
Just a reminder on 60 Minutes tonight, what else would it be? The complete story of the capture of Saddam Hussein. That's coming up tonight on 60 Minutes. Line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line for Jacksonville. Leftwich to throw. Pulls it down and now flips it out to Taylor. Taylor to the 30. And to about the 32-yard line. Richard Seymour out there to make the stop. And now we get a late penalty marker down. Personal foul on Jacksonville.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 67, offense. Peeling a player off of the foul. 15-yard penalty, second down.
That's the rookie guard, Vince Manawai. And there's Manawai down below.
Oh boy. It's kind of hard to get mad at your teammate when he does a play just like that. And Jack Del Rio probably saw the replay of it and said, come on. You got a young rookie offensive lineman being aggressive.
2nd and 17.
He didn't even get a good look in.
This is Taylor. And Taylor struggling to get to the 20-yard line. That's where his forward progress will be marked.
You know, Greg, let's go back and just talk about this Jacksonville team. They're 4-9. Why would they be excited about playing up in the north in this kind of weather right now this late in the year? Well, they've got it going. They're playing better. They've upset some teams. And what better way to show everybody what you're going to be and what you're going to turn into next year than play what a lot of people think of as the best team in football right now.
Jack Del Rio said he sees the Patriots as a good veteran battle-tested team and a good test for his club. 3rd and 15. Here comes the blitz. Leftwich, quick pass, and that's complete across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Jimmy Smith with the catch, and that'll force the punt. Kansas City with a 28-10 lead on Detroit. As we mentioned before, if Kansas City wins, New England is going to have to win in order to retain that overall top spot in the AFC race for the top seed. Indianapolis right there in the picture as well. Troy Brown deep for the punt. Good kick by Royals. Penalty marker is down. From the 24-yard line, Brown is wrapped up at about the 33-yard line. Let's check the flag.
Well, I think what this is going to be, Greg, the outside, what they call the gunner. The person on the punt team on the outside. Let's listen.
Number 17 for the kicking team, going out of bounds on his own. That's a 5-yard penalty. We will replay 4th down.
That's Jimmy Redmond, and you know why Jack Del Rio is upset. That's a 50-yard punt that now Mark Royals is going to have to do over.
Yeah, Mark Royals, I think he's struggling a little bit. That was the first time he really got up in the air, turned it over, and got the distance. But when you're on the outside, you can go out of bounds when you're blocked out of bounds, but you must come back in as soon as you can. That time, Redmond, he just said, hey, I don't like being hit, got out of bounds, and ran down the sideline out of bounds.
I think you saw a heater on the sideline.
Yeah.
So now the snap will come from the 21-yard line. Brown moves up to the 35. Let's see what Royals does with this kick. Got another good one off. This one backs Brown up to inside his 30-yard line. Looking for running room. Turns the corner. 40, 45, 47-yard line. Another 50-yard punt, but this time an 18-yard return. Nick Sorensen making the stop. Troy Brown through the snow, through the Jacksonville special teamers. 13-6 New England. You know, on occasion, I wouldn't personally be offended if the forecasters were wrong, but no. It is continuing to snow and probably has picked up a little bit as Brady and the Patriots go back to work. The give is to Falk, and Falk across midfield to the 47-yard line of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You know, so many times we say a lot of things about Tom Brady, what gets overlooked. And this coaching staff of the New England Patriots, they manage football games. And what's that mean? Well, how to work the clock, how to work situations. And we just saw another good example. Tom Brady, quick snap count, try to catch the defense off guard. It did. They got a good first down run.
Falk needs 3 for a first down. He gets that and then some inside the 40 to the 39 or 38-yard line. First down, New England.
And you know what? If it works, do it again. Come up to the line of scrimmage, change the pace of the football game. Another quick count by Tom Brady, and look at the blocking up front. Marcus Stroud, 99, he gets in the backfield. Here he is, but he goes up the field inside, maybe expecting an inside run. The runner goes outside, a big gain.
Brady making adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Drop, far sideline, complete to Gibbons, and Gibbons wrestled down at the 31-yard line.
That's something else you see a little bit more by this New England offense. Tom Brady, now in his 4th year, getting experience, knows the system very well, so he knows where to look when there's blitzes, what to do. And when you get comfortable as a quarterback, coaching staff's going to go, all right, if you see something you like, go ahead and change the play. They have confidence in you. They know you'll make the right decisions. And that time, good change of the play call and another completion.
The pitch coming this way now is Patrick Pass, and Patch is wrestled down. Clock continues to move, coming up on 7:20 to play here in the 3rd.
Well, I was watching Aiken Adele, the outside linebacker, number 51. He has been, I've been wanting to say his name today because he's been on a few big hits along with Mike Peterson. We talk so much about the 4 front defensive linemen, but the linebackers, they like the contact too.
New England 0 for their last 4 third downs. Brady spreads the field with 5 receivers. Quick pass, complete to Troy Brown, first down. Little cross between receivers on this side, and Brady found Troy Brown.
Perfect call, really good execution. Here comes the blitz. Troy Brown sees it. What a good job by David Gibbons, 87 on the outside. He goes in and makes the defender covering Troy Brown, who is Fernando Bryant, go around him, allows the first down.
Now from the 25. This is Kevin Falk. To the 22.
22, you know, Greg, we talked about it, managing the game. The clock's running. It's down to 6 minutes and 20 seconds. You got a 7-point lead. You're going into what breeze there is in snow. So it's going to get better when you turn around, and just a good job by this New England offense.
You see those numbers about the Patriots playing in snow, all of which figures to make the Patriots mighty tough to beat come postseason here in New England. Brady, all kinds of time, and throws incomplete. And we get a late flag here. And a little pushing and shoving. Matt Light involved, number 72, the left tackle, and John Henderson, number 98.
Jacksonville team, they're just basically saying, hey, we don't care what your record is.
Feisty.
We're not taking anything from you, and that's the way they should act, and that's how you should be, and they're proving it on the field.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 72, offense, hitting a player who was on the ground. 15-yard penalty, third down.
Matt Light, who drew some kudos from head coach Bill Belichick when we were talking to him yesterday. Probably won't get a whole lot of kudos on that one.
Yeah, coaches' opinions, they can change pretty quick, you know.
A lot like the weather.
Yeah, but that's a huge penalty against this offense. Now you're way out of field goal range. Takes away the momentum which you had in your favor.
Well, in the first half, Brady completed 3rd and 14 and 3rd and 20s for first down. He's got 3rd and 22 here.
They're coming, everybody. They're going to give him a chance to go over the top if you can pick up the blitz.
Under pressure, got it away, far side of the field, incomplete, out of bounds. Deke Cooper, the safety, with a shot on Brady as he let go.
Yeah, if you can get a chance, it sounds great, but most of the times you cannot get it done. Tom Brady just does not have the time to find a receiver down the field. Excellent blitz by the Jacksonville defense.
So Ken Walter will get this one away from about his own 45-yard line. David Allen is deep. That personal foul penalty took the Patriots out of field goal range. Walter trying to hang one up. Bounces inside the 10. Inside the 5-yard line. That'll save your job for another week, won't it? In the snow, Ken Walter finds a little bit of redemption. 13-6 New England.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by KFC Popcorn Chicken. Want 100% chicken breast in fun-sized bites? You got a KFC What's Cooking. And by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you. Nothing's better. Dr. Pepper.
Hey, tonight on CBS, the most anticipated Survivor finale yet. 4 castaways, 3 tribal councils, 2 unforgettable hours, only 1 ultimate survivor. Don't miss Survivor season finale and live reunion show tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS from the 4-yard line. This is Taylor, and Taylor dances across the 5 to about the 6-yard line, and not much running room against that New England defense.
That play illustrates what they've done most of the day. Watch the discipline and the pursuit. Cover all the angles, get to the running back. Again, you try to move, look for all the defensive players. Discipline, knowing where you should be. That's what stops good running backs, and that's why New England is having success today.
Leftwood throwing down the sideline. It is incomplete. That pass intended for Troy Edwards, number 86. It'll be 3rd and 8. And, you know, the defense down here with the offense pinned against the goal line, you almost feel like it could be Teddy Bruschi time.
Yeah, well, that was exactly about where it happened last week, Greg. Teddy Bruschi, just such an instinctive player, just does a lot just by feel. In other words, he read the quarterback's eyes last week, even maybe though that wasn't his job, makes the interception. One of the reasons why he's been so successful is because of those instincts.
Bruschi returned interception 5 yards against Miami a week ago for a touchdown. From the shotgun, Leftwich throwing down the sideline, and it is caught and out of bounds for a first down is Troy Edwards. Nice throw by Leftwich.
Well, it is exactly the play that New England is looking for. Asante Samuels stays back because early in the game they gave up a big play on something just like this, and Byron Leftwich just throws the perfect pass.
Edwards makes his first catch of the day. It's a first down at the 23-yard line. Here comes the blitz. Quick pass. Incomplete. Bounced off the hands of the shoulder pads of Jimmy Smith. It'll be 2nd and 10.
A blitz by the defense. They know because of the blitz, you're going to throw the football quick. Good job by Ty Law, and Teddy Bruschi almost gets the ricochet.
Well, Teddy Bruschi doesn't want one unless he can return it for a touchdown. He's had 2 interceptions for touchdowns this year. Tack that on to the 2 that he had last year. He's returned 4 straight picks for touchdowns. 2nd and 10. Quick pitch this time. Taylor across the 25 to the 27. Go back to Teddy Bruschi. This is this season, week 2 at Philadelphia. Bruschi picks off Donovan McNabb and returns 18 yards for a touchdown. Last week against Miami from 5 yards out, the interception of Jay Fiedler, and he brought it back. And last year he had interceptions against Oakland and Detroit and returned them for TDs.
He said, my goal is just to get better every year, and he thinks so far in his career he has done that as a linebacker.
3rd and 6. Here comes the blitz, and that one's no good. Not even close. Jimmy Smith, the intended receiver, will force a punt.
Well, when you can't get pressure on the passer, just playing normal defense, and Leftwich standing back there having success, pressure him, make him throw it quick. Defenders know what you're going to do, and it's worked well here in the last few plays for New England's defense.
We only had 2 punts in the first half. We've had 5 now, including this one upcoming here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the field's getting into the condition now that New England likes it. Sloppy. Snowy.
Another good kick by Royals. Here's Troy Brown. Just across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. 3:38 to play. 3rd quarter. That's 3 straight 50-yard punts by Mark Royals. Antoine Smith in the backfield as the snow continues to fall. Brady over the middle. Graham is there. Inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. 1st down, New England.
Great protection by this offense. They fake the run and play. And Daniel Graham, who is just getting more and more to be a factor in this offense, goes right down the middle. The defense thinks it's a run. It's not. Perfect throw by Tom Brady in really tough conditions. You see the wobble on the football. It's snowing. The ground's wet. Still an accurate throw.
This time Antoine Smith, big hole up the middle. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. The Patriots are back knocking on the door. We go to Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg. And the Titans today without Steve McNair, Billy Volak at quarterback, and the backup right here is hit and fumbles. Pat Williams picks it up for the Bills and runs it in for a 17-6 Buffalo lead in the 3rd quarter. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Big Pat Williams. We've talked to him before, and what a thrill that's got to be for him. We have an injured player down on the field. The clock is stopped with 2:49 to play. We'll check on him and be right back. It was safety Donovan Darius shaken up on the play. Here's how it happened.
Watch the hit coming from the left side. Terrific form by him. His face mask actually hits the shoulder pad. The helmet comes down, but he kept his head up, trying to make the tackle the right way.
Nick Sorensen replaces him in the secondary. Look at New England's offense. Here in the 2nd half, Antoine Smith wrapped up in the backfield by Tony Brackens, number 90.
When you think why New England, when they have success running the football, it's draw plays, and it's been quick hitting plays up the middle. And why they work is because the defense goes to the outside and you get up in there. But with that play, too slow, takes too long to develop. Somebody gets off a block and gets there before you can get the runner to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12. Brady with time, throwing over the middle. Smith to the 20, to the 15. Lost the football. Scramble for the loose ball. Who's got it? A couple of the Jaguars say they have it. And no call yet from the official.
The play, Tom Brady moved around, got extra time to throw it.
Jacksonville ball.
Antoine Smith running down the field. 55, Danny Clark does a nice job hitting the runner, sticks his hand in there, and it looks like Tony Brackens finally falls on the football.
Antoine Smith coughing up the ball for the first time since the opening day of last season.
Well, Tom Brady said to us, we are making the littlest mistakes penalties, mental assignments that we blow, and they're at the wrong time, and it's cost today so many mistakes has cost them a lot of points inside the Jacksonville 20-yard line.
418 touches Antoine Smith went before coughing up a fumble. Leftwich to throw. Has time. A bullet over the middle, almost intercepted by Willie McGinnis.
Almost an interception, but if Byron Leftwich was looking down the field, watch the receiver, Kevin Johnson, going down the middle. Nobody covers him. The linebacker's trying to get down there. If he would have saw him, it was going to be a foot race to the end zone.
Turnovers are a big part of the success Jack Del Rio has enjoyed the Jacksonville Jaguars lately. This is Taylor straight ahead. He said, one of the biggest things for us is turnovers. We're where we are at this stage of the season because of those. He got one there that blunted a New England drive. 3rd and 2.
Boy, you look at this New England defense. Greg, we watched last week's game. They dropped many interceptions against the Miami Dolphins, and that's about 3 they have dropped today.
Jacksonville just 2 out of 9 on 3rd down today. Going to do it on the ground with Fred Taylor, and Taylor bowling forward for a 1st down close to the 24-yard line.
Nice change up. Very good change up by this Jacksonville offense. Bill Musgrave, don't always throw it on 3rd and 2, 3 and 4. New England, the fans, you and I, we all thought it was going to be pass. So when it's a running play and it's Fred Taylor, hard to dig in and stop it. And don't tell me you thought it was going to be a run.
From the 24. This is Edwards to the 30, to the 34, and that's another 1st down for the Jaguars. 12-yard pickup. Word we get from the Jacksonville sideline is the blow to the head to Donovan Darius has him questionable to return to the action today.
You know what, too, Greg? Fred Taylor is a terrific runner. Jacksonville has been running the football well all year long. The play-action pass, they're using it more now, and it's been very successful.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. New England 13, Jacksonville 6. We're coming back to Foxboro after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. New England Patriots have been tough to beat lately when they've been leading after 3, as they do here today. 13-6 Pats going into the 4th quarter. There is a hearty man.
Oh, come on. Tell me what you said during the commercial about him.
He's nuts.
Okay.
On 1st down, Leftwich has time. Throwing and is intercepted. Tyrone Poole to the 40. Still on his feet and diving forward to the 35-yard line. Whether Leftwich lost his grip on the football or not, I don't know, but he didn't have a prayer of completing that.
Yeah, I know what happened. He did not see Tyrone Poole, a receiver deep, a receiver coming all the way across the field. He lost sight of the corner. He stood there the whole time, and Brian Leftwich, being a rookie, makes a big mistake.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars got their chance on the fumble recovery, and a turnover here via the interception gives it right back to the Patriots, who are in great position now at the Jacksonville 35.
Well, the Patriots have dropped a couple sure interceptions today. At that time, Leftwich, not seeing the defense correctly, throws it right to Tyrone Poole.
114 pass attempts, his 1st pick.
That's pretty impressive, though, to go that long without an interception as a rookie.
Brady throwing over the middle, and that's complete close to the 25-yard line. Dedrick Ward with the catch. We go to Jim Nantz in New York for an NFL Today update.
All right, Greg, following a Bledsoe fumble, the Titans get back into it right here on play action. Bullock finds Aaron Kinney. They also converted on the 2-point try, and it's a 3-point Buffalo lead 3rd quarter. Back to Greg and Phil.
2nd and 1 here. Donovan Darius is back on the field for Jacksonville. Poirier in motion. The give is to Kevin Falk. Falk inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down.
You know, Greg, going back to that Tennessee-Buffalo game, are there any defenses in the NFL playing better than Buffalo's is at this time? They have played well for about 5 or 6 weeks in a row. Well, better than well. Outstanding is the word to say.
They're still left on the schedule of these New England Patriots, and don't you think they'll be looking back a little bit at opening day?
Well, that, and then the Miami Dolphins still have to play the Buffalo Bills.
Antoine Smith straight ahead to about the 20.
That's that play I like. That takes it looks like the only way to take advantage of the big interior defensive lineman. Do it quick, go inside, and see if you can pick up about 3 or 4 yards.
Bill Belichick keeping on the move on the sideline so that snow doesn't accumulate.
You know, the coaches are allowed to wear more gear to stay warm. You know what?
2nd and 6. Quick pass, batted in the air, falls incomplete. Bill Belichick was out here before the game, and it was just as cold, maybe even a little colder. And I don't know if it's a matter of just showing your team how tough you can be. He's there with Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. 21 degrees out here, and there is Bill in the shorts.
Yeah, it's, well.
I was impressed.
Well, you know, if you hang around football players long enough, even if you coach, you become a little well, you know, whatever I'm trying to say here, to be kind. You start acting like the football players. That's what I mean to say.
3rd and 6. Brady from the shotgun.
Changing the protection. Here comes the blitz.
Darius backs off, and now he's coming. Brady stepping up over the middle. That's complete inside the 15-yard line to Larry Centers and a first down.
How good was that? That's what you get with the veteran quarterback. He stays calm when he knows a blitz is coming. He changes it. Look at the blitz by Jacksonville. Nobody gets around him, and Tom Brady finds an open Larry Centers to his backside and picks up a first down.
8-yard pickup on the play. And now Antoine Smith and Centers behind Brady on first down. Back in the red zone. The give is to Smith, trying to turn the corner on the right side, forward to about 10. Fernando Bryant coming up for the stop after a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, you know, just that last pass, watching it again by Tom Brady. The term, staying on top of the football, gets his hand as it goes out, gets it up a little higher, see where it is, beautiful follow through, another spiral. And last year, Tom Brady was out here doing, in these type of games with the glove on, I thought he lost some of that touch and feel that you need to be really accurate. He has it this year.
Here's Kevin Falk. And Falk is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. In fact, you even asked him yesterday about the gloves. And
yeah.
Why not?
Well, he's gotten used. He's adapted to the weather. And it's funny. He says, you know, Phil, or he's talking to all of us, he goes, if you keep your hand in that muff that he has, if you keep it in there, and I'm sure he's got some heaters in there too, those packs, it stays hot. And Greg's got them in his pockets right now. But it stays hot and moist, and the football grips pretty well when you do that, even in the cold weather. So, good idea, and it is true. It does work for a quarterback.
3rd and 8. Brady throwing, corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Troy Brown. What a throw by Tom Brady.
Everything. Excellent route by Troy Brown. Inside is going to work to the back of the end zone. Deke Cooper is a safety, is trying to cover him, but what makes it work, Tom Brady, buying time, moving to his left, and again, a perfect throw by him in the snow and wind.
Tyrone Poole's interception turns into 6 on the board for the Patriots. Vinatieri tries to make it 7, and he does. 10:57 to play. 4th quarter. 20-6. New England stretches its lead. Our NFL.com question of the week. Who is the best all-around running back in the AFC? Great choices there. You can log on and cast your vote at NFL.com. Vinatieri's kick. Jaguars looking for a spark. David Allen to the 25. 35. Out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line, and a fine return of 36 yards. Boy, snowing out here is just fine with the New England Patriots. December 12th of 82. Little snowplow game. John Smith's 33-yarder won it. Then January of 02, Phil and I and Armin, we were all there in the old stadium. Vinatieri's game-winning field goal beat the Raiders in overtime, and last week, all kinds of snow prior to the Miami game, and then Teddy Bruschi's pick and touchdown. They tend to do very well with the stuff falling out of the sky.
That was an awesome shot, though, when all the fans were throwing the snow up in the air.
Yeah. Leftwich throws, and Taylor drops it. It'll be 2nd and 10. Jack Del Rio. I don't want to see his team give up here by any means.
Well, this is when it gets tough. On the road, tough conditions, a good football team, and you're down late in the game. You got to fight through it. And really, I mean that. Don't give up and just go through the motions. Be aggressive, be tough, and see if you can just get one first down and see what it leads to.
David Allen is in the backfield, and we get a whistle and a flag. And before the snap, that can't be good news for Jacksonville.
Ball start, number 74. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
The right tackle, Maurice Williams. These Jacksonville Jaguars have lost 7 straight games on the road, and the last time they were here in New England was the 1996 AFC Championship game, and they lost to the Patriots by this same 20-6 score. 2nd and 15. Allen. And Allen gets close to the line of scrimmage again. You know, when you're out here in the snow, different people react different ways. Richard Seymour. I don't think he's taunting the offense so much as he's trying to catch a few snowflakes. 3rd and 11. Here comes the blitz. Leftwich stands in, throws incomplete. Far side of the field intended for Kevin Johnson, and it'll be time for the Jaguars to punt once again.
Yeah, the footing's getting tough. The New England defense, even though they blitz, they pick it up. Now the New England secondary kind of zeroing in on those wide receivers and making it tougher on Byron Leftwich.
Royals to kick. Troy Brown back at his own 20-yard line. Good kick from Royals. Brown from his 14. Up the sideline. And out of bounds just across the 25-yard line. We have 9:51 to play. Time running down on the Jaguars. New England leads at 20-6.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Expedia.com. Don't just travel. Travel right. MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by the one and only Dockers Stain Defender.
Well, as snowy as it was for New England's game against Miami last week, I don't think there's any question winter not only arrived, but has stuck around. Brady and the Patriots from the 26-yard line. On the ground, Antoine Smith. And Smith out close to the 30-yard line. Let's go down to Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, if there was a turning point in this season for Tom Brady, it came after the 4th game. He threw 3 interceptions in a loss to Washington. Did not play well at all. He said, you know, I'd been in this offense for so long, 3 years. I knew the plays so well. I had lost some attention to detail. consequently, he said, I started to work even harder. I'd come in on Monday and Tuesday, spend more time with Charlie Weiss than I ever had before. It's obviously paid off. He's 9-0 since then, and he's been making big plays like that touchdown pass ever since. Greg?
Armin, thanks. Armin doesn't have nearly as much snow on him as some other people do down there, which leads me to suspect he's been in undercover.
Been cheating a little, huh? But, you know, Armin, it's really tremendous points about Tom Brady. The fact that when you do stay in the same offense as a quarterback, look at my man. You look good with a little snow on you, man. A little snowman, but he going back and paying attention to the details, even though you know the offense, you know it so well, you still got to grind it out every single week, because it's the difference between making 1 or 2 plays a game, which in turn can be the difference in winning and losing.
3rd and 6 for Brady. Throwing far side, in and out of the hands of Larry Centers.
Well, Larry Centers is not going to be a happy man after this game today. It is another perfect throw by Tom Brady.
In stride.
Right on the mark, and it just hits the jersey and the shoulder pads and goes right off, and also, you know, he dropped that sure touchdown pass.
Larry Centers, if it's the snow, I know how you feel. Ken Walters has kicked very well today. Got this one away, and David Allen says, let this one bounce. It takes a hop right towards him. It takes a New England roll all the way inside the 20-yard line. Didn't look like a terrific kick when it started. When all is said and done, 51 yards. We'll be back. Victory for the New England Patriots is a must, with Kansas City and Indianapolis both leading in their games today. As you look at the AFC playoff picture. From the 19-yard line, Leftwich goes back to work on offense. Straight drop pass over the middle, and that's complete to Kevin Johnson, and Johnson across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. The Kansas City Chiefs running a rough shot over Detroit, 45-17. And the Colts likewise against Atlanta, both of those fourth-quarter scores. Now, Tennessee trailing the Buffalo Bills, and as you pointed out during the break, Phil, Titans can't afford a loss.
No, that puts them up to 5 losses. That brings a lot of other teams back in this playoff race.
Fred Taylor for the first down.
And two, you look at that Indianapolis score. Michael Vick is still tired from last Sunday night's game from all that running. Hard to be a quarterback and run as much as he did and come back and be effective the following week.
Byron Leftwich getting a taste of this New England defense first half. That's almost 5 full games. They have not allowed a touchdown here at home. Pass over the middle, and that's complete to a wide open Fred Taylor, and Taylor out to about the 39-yard line.
You know what? Those are some staggering numbers. It really, it's so impressive just to see the number of game minutes it is, near 300. So long. And Jacksonville had 2 tremendous chances to get a touchdown today, or 2 touchdowns, but it says a lot about this defense, how it's constructed. You can get some first downs, but can you get it in the end zone?
On 2nd and 3, Leftwich throwing over the middle, tipped and incomplete. And Leftwich is down on his back.
Yeah, for a second, the way he was just acting on the ground, I thought, okay, he might be hurt, and it's fortunate he's back up. The pressure, he throws it down the field. Willie McGinnis on the hit, right in the middle of 5 defenders, but Byron Leftwich, not real mobile, but it's sacked only 1 time.
3rd and 3. Needs the 41-yard line for a first down. Make it the 42. And timeout is called before the shot clock or the play clock expires. 6:33 to play. We're back after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Wachovia Securities. Together, we can achieve uncommon results. And by the new Chevy Malibu. Your private Malibu showing starts at ChevyMalibu.com.
As our own personnel have to deal with the snow, so too do the players on the field.
Gary Brooks.
Toughing it out.
Yeah. Oh, she's tough. Not like some people I know.
Byron Leftwich just 7 out of 17 for 62 yards and a pick here in the second half. 3rd and 3. Leftwich on the run. Falling forward and has a first down. It looked like the footing was not all that great.
Well, we talk about he's not mobile, but he has tremendous size. And when you have tremendous size, it allows you to be a good pocket passer and pull away from arm tackles by defenders and shows enough mobility to pick up the first down.
From the 42. Leftwich throwing, incomplete. Kevin Johnson didn't turn it up the field. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, we found a few things out, though, talking to Byron Leftwich last night. His right guard, Chris Naoli, one of his protectors, lives close to him. And, you know, you asked him the question, what's it like to be a rookie in the league and have money and all that? And he's single, and he says, well, you know, most of the time I just go over to Chris's house and eat there. And really, so what does she make? And we'll talk about one of the dishes is Loco Moco. Oh, it sounds pretty good.
From the shotgun, Leftwich throws, intercepted. This is Poole, his 2nd of the game. Down the sideline, Poole dragged down just short of the goal line by LeBrandon Tofield. We had an official hit the deck inside of the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that was Walt Anderson, the referee, Greg. He's trying to get it. He doesn't even know Leftwich is behind him. It's too late, and Byron Leftwich just runs over him.
And Walt Anderson is up, thankfully. We have a penalty marker down at about the 37-yard line.
Watch Byron Leftwich. No pressure, looks to his right, throws the football, just underthrows it. It was going to be trouble even if Tyrone Poole doesn't get it.
Celebrating just a little too early here. Watch Poole raise the football.
Running on the field. The pass was intercepted by New England. Illegal hands. Hands to the face. Number 74. Offense. That penalty is declined. First down New England.
Well, let's classify the referee, Walt Anderson, as a real gamer.
Boy, he is. Good for him, but you said it, Greg. Tyrone Poole celebrating before he gets to the end zone, and that was the reason why he was tackled from behind. You know, it's a lesson to everybody watching. It's a lesson to the team. Boy, you know the New England staff is going to bring it up because it can be the difference in winning and losing. I hate to be that way, but that's just the way it is.
5:45 to play. You're looking at a play that could put the cap on a victory, and a player does something, maybe the one thing that could turn around and lose a game for
What if the score is 6-6, whatever the score is? So, and in this league, why raise your arms before you get in the end zone when you know there's so many players on the field with you that are fast and aggressive?
Antoine Smith, the deep back, and Dan Klecko blocking in front of him. Close to the goal line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Let's look again. Tyrone Poole does not even know Tofield is behind him. The 10, or he's even farther out than that. He's raising his arms. So it's a wonder he didn't fumble it too, because he had no idea he was going to get tackled from behind.
Nothing worse than celebrating something that doesn't happen.
No, it's just not good.
Antoine Smith, handoff again, tries the right side. Stacked up short of the goal line, it would appear. Be about the half-yard line.
Well, you said Dan Kleckel in at fullback before, leading the way. He's drafted by this team, and Bill Belichick talked about him. Says, we got him. We knew he could play a lot of roles. He's a linebacker, defensive lineman, sometimes fullback, sometimes tight end and short yardage.
Special teams, 4th round draft choice out of Temple. And there goes Klecko off the field.
Yeah, he's limping off.
And he's replaced by Richard Seymour.
Well, they wanted to get a little bigger.
And now we're going to get a timeout. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. We check in with Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, and the Titans have scored now 2 touchdowns in the last 6 minutes. Volak here finds Justin McCarrons for the lead. 21-17 Titans, 12.5 remaining. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
So Tennessee Titans up to the challenge presented by the Buffalo Bills today. Have grabbed the lead in a game, as we talked about a few minutes ago, they have to have.
Yeah, they do. It's just what's amazing now, you know, no matter what your record is, the game always means something, of course. In the NFL, with only 16 games, and always such little separation between going to the playoffs, not going, having home field.
Survivor Foxboro.
Yeah, that's right. Jack Del Rio just has a little sweatshirt on the sideline today. Never even put the coat on, but he's got to be somewhat proud of his team. The mistakes here in the second half hurt them.
Antoine Smith in the backfield with Seymour ahead of him. Left side, Smith looking for the end zone. Got there, touchdown. And we get a tussle at midfield. Looks like a scrum. And no one wants to seem to break it off. And there's a penalty marker.
2 big physical teams.
Antoine Smith, the touchdown run. And here's Walt Anderson.
In attempting to get the scuffle under control. After the scuffle was over, personal foul, number 93 of the offense. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That would be fullback Richard Seymour. So the Patriots lead is now 26-6. And Vinatieri will try to make it 27. Last week with Brooks Bernard, the other punter who was here for a week and then let go holding, Vinatieri bounced one off of both uprights. So he has Ken Walters back, a more familiar holder, and the extra point is up and good. 27-6 New England. Let's go back to Antoine Smith's touchdown run.
Yeah, Greg, Antoine Smith just shows tremendous balance. Hit near the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, protects the football. Watch 93 in front, trying to find somebody to hit.
And then Antoine Smith coming right at you. Off the block, and as you said, Phil, just great balance, especially in difficult conditions, staying on his feet, forging his way over the goal line.
Well, as they would say, Antoine Smith, he is a mutter, has good balance on fields like this, runs with power. The New England Patriots use whatever running back they need. If they need speed, they play it's Kevin Fogg. If they want power and tough running, they bring in Antoine Smith.
Tyrone Poole, 2 interceptions. Both have turned into New England touchdowns. And The Patriots now comfortably in charge at 27-6 with just over 4 minutes to play.
Byron Leftwich has to go in now, and what you try to do as a young quarterback or any quarterback, salvage what you can. Go in and just get a solid drive, and don't let the defense, don't let them get anything done.
Phil, there are some things that just simply defy explanation, and one of them is these people love this weather.
Well, Greg, if you live here, you better like it, because you're going to get it a lot. It's like moving to Florida and saying, well, I don't like sunshine.
It's a very defeatist attitude. So Vinatieri will kick off from his own 15-yard line. There is Mark Brunell. Number 3 quarterback, and not likely to play football for Jacksonville Jaguars anymore, David Allen on the return. And a big return close to midfield up across the 45-yard line. Monday on CBS, this kidnapping was supposed to be a game, but somebody wound up dead, and now CSI has to find the missing player. Don't miss an all-new CSI Miami Monday on CBS. There's Mark Brunell. I mentioned to you the other day, Phil, he may be the best healthy quarterback not playing football in the National Football League.
Oh, Greg, I think you're right, and Jack Del Rio said a few things to us last night. If Mark Brunell does not get hurt, he goes, look, we were going to continue to play him. He would have been my starting quarterback until we were out of the playoff race. But he did hurt his left throwing arm. He was only healthy enough the first time he would have been ready to play was last week. It's been a great part of the Jacksonville franchise.
Leftwich on the screen, Fred Taylor. Taylor has first down yardage before he's knocked out on the far side of the field by Mike Vrabel and Rodney Harrison.
Yeah, we were talking to Jimmy Smith, too, the wide receiver for Jacksonville last night, and he's such a big part of this franchise, too. And we talked about Mark Brunell, and I said, well, Jimmy, you guys are doing a tremendous favor for the team that gets him next year. He's rested, he's healed up, and eager to play. And he goes, oh, yeah, somebody's getting a really good, established veteran quarterback.
Leftwich with time and throws Edwards out of the backfield. And Edwards with another first down, and he's out of bounds. Rodney Harrison pretty animated on this sideline.
Yeah, he's upset because Troy Edwards just made a tremendous block on one of his teammates. And I don't know, maybe he thinks it was an illegal block, but it looked like he took Mike Vrabel and just knocked him flat to the ground. How do you know what yard line they're on?
I don't. How are you going to argue with me? First down from the 27. On the blitz, Leftwich throws incomplete. Number 97, Jarvis Green. Number 94, Ty Warren may have been battling for the football.
Blitz up the middle. That's where you want to try to pressure Byron Leftwich. They got a screen on. He does not have time to even get rid of the football to the receiver.
2nd and 10. Line of scrimmage, it is rumored, is the 27-yard line. Here comes a blitz. Leftwich going to go deep for Smith. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, I tell you, Rodney Harrison was on the blitz that time. Timed it up again. Coming from the quarterback's left, way from the outside, and why I even mention it, gets just enough of Byron Leftwich to throw it off. But Rodney Harrison, what a pickup for this New England team. They released Lawyer Malloy right before the season. Rodney Harrison, he steps in, and he has had a terrific Pro Bowl season for sure.
A seasoned, talented leader. Leftwich throws just as he's hit, lofts it up. It is caught for a touchdown. Kevin Johnson. We have a penalty marker down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 38 on the defense. Contact to the quarterback's head. Play results in a touchdown. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
I don't know if there's ever been a case of a defender having lost the ball in the snow, but it could have happened.
This might have been one, and Greg, this is one of those cases. It's another blitz. Byron Leftwich just throws it up in the air, and the New England Patriots secondary just lost complete contact with the football. And a good job by Kevin Johnson making the catch.
Marler's extra point, we're going to assume is good. And that's the first touchdown against the Patriots here at home in a long, long time.
Oh, look at the throw by Leftwich.
Out of the snow, out of the lights, into the arms of Kevin Johnson for the touchdown.
Oh, and you know what's going to upset Asante Samuels? Greg, he's looking for the football. One of your pet peeves. You can see Tyrone Poole's hand go to the helmet of Byron Leftwich.
Five games. That's how long the New England defense kept opponents out of their end zone.
I like how we broke it down. 300 minutes, so many drives, so many possessions. It all adds up to a long time.
27-13 New England.
I'm getting
3:22 to play.
I'm getting a little, I'm getting a little jumpy. You know why, don't you? Because we're in New England. There's snow on the ground. The last time we did this in the famous Tuck game, we had a snowball in a big one go right between us. That, well, it was close.
Yes, it was.
So I got my eyes peeled on this crowd. Thought about bringing a few of them today and having them next to me in case somebody threw one at me. My arm still feels pretty good.
And for those of you with your eye on the crowd, we just had a Jacksonville touchdown pass to Kevin Johnson. So this kickoff will now come from the 45-yard line. Do we see an onside kick here by Jacksonville?
Well, I would think so. 3 minutes, 22 seconds ago. New England's expecting it, that's for sure. Let's see if they just go running towards the line of scrimmage here real quick. Yep, that's what they're going to do.
And there is the onside kick, covered, it would appear, by the Patriots. Larry Izzo, number 53. Right out in front, and it is New England football. Gives us an opportunity to remind you that coming up tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. The complete story of the capture of Saddam Hussein. Then it's the most anticipated Survivor finale yet. 4 castaways, 3 tribal councils, 2 unforgettable hours, only 1 ultimate survivor. Don't miss the Survivor season finale and live reunion show tonight on CBS.
Look what the New England Patriots have remaining at the New York Jets, who would love nothing more than to beat the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. And that tough defense come up here to finish the season off.
Marcus Stroud in there on the stop after a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And of course, Greg, you talked about it. Both the games are going to mean a lot to New England, trying to keep home field advantage. And Bill Belichick is just getting covered with snow. Especially that last game of the year against Buffalo. There's a little rivalry going there. They don't like each other. Buffalo beat them at the start of the season, I think 31-0.
31 or 33?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
There's a lot.
Penalty marker flies. Net carry.
Buffalo, though, is playing better. Drew Bledsoe is the quarterback, of course, coming from here. And
Lawyer Malloy, the former Patriot defensive back, now in the secondary for the Bills.
And just think, even though Buffalo won't have much to play for, how big and how much motivation would it be for them to think they could come up here and beat them and take the #1 seed away from the New England Patriots? that would be enough to give you motivation.
Offside, number 95, defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
You know, I don't want to lose track of the story that you started to tell about Byron Leftwich paying a visit to the Naoli family for his meals, and what we learned, he said, oh, I go over there a couple of times a week, and we've come to believe now it's more like 6 times a week.
Yeah, we've heard
he goes
it.
over.
So Chris Naoli's wife, Tara, is a pretty good cook.
But the meal is Moco Loco. This is Patrick Pass on the carry, and he gets a first down.
No, it's Loco, not Moco Loco. But it consists of rice, hamburger patties, gravy, and sunny side up eggs on top of it. So there's just a few calories in that, and it's a good thing they live down in Florida and Jacksonville to keep the weight off, because that sounds like it could pack it on.
Sounded really good right up until the eggs. It sends you, bring you rising to your feet and heading for the exits. 2 minutes to play here in Foxboro. 27-13 Patriots.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. We're the renegades of funk. We're the renegades of funk. We're the renegades of funk. We're the renegades of funk.
Welcome back to Foxboro, where New England is zeroing in on a franchise record 10th straight victory and a franchise record 12th regular season win. And naturally, if the Patriots win out for the rest of their schedule, they will secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
You sure they want it?
Jacksonville uses its second timeout. 1:46 to play, and a reminder, next Saturday, the NFL on CBS gets into playoff mode with a special showcase. Priest Holmes and the Kansas City Chiefs tangle with Randy Moss and the Minnesota Vikings. All begins with Jim, Dan, Dion, and Boomer on the NFL Today at a special time. For more, go to NFL.com or the NFL on AOL. Kansas City Chiefs will still be trying to catch these New England Patriots for the top spot in the AFC race, while the Minnesota Vikings are in a battle for their own divisional title. Well, weather will probably be not unlike this up in Minnesota. 2nd and 10. On the left side, Antoine Smith. Well, they didn't do a very good job of keeping the snow out, did they?
Yeah, security guards, Greg.
Minnesota Vikings beaten by the Chicago Bears today.
Boy, so that game next week will just, what importance it's going to have for the Minnesota Vikings.
And the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs.
There's Ted Washington. Boy, Bill Belichick just can't shower enough kudos on big number 92. There's just nobody else like him.
Well, that's right. You can't go out and draft players like Ted Washington. You know, you can go out and draft fast wide receivers, sometimes an outside pass rusher, all that. But
your New England Ford dealers have the best
350-pound defensive lineman who, as Bill Belichick said, he has tremendous hands. And he goes, I know he weighs a lot, but this is not what you call a fat guy. He's just big.
Athletic being the key word there.
Yes, he truly is athletic. Tremendous feet and really good hands.
Jacksonville out of timeouts. The handoff to Antoine Smith. And Smith going to be about a yard or so short of a first down. Minute and a half to play. Well, you've had a chance to see these Jacksonville Jaguars if you hadn't previously, and it is a bright and promising future for Jack Del Rio and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Young, talented, but what you saw today, a team that's just not ready to win in big situations against top quality opponents, especially when you go on the road.
4th and 2. And Brady going to give it to Antoine Smith, and Smith looks like he comes up short of a first down. with 51 seconds to play. The Indianapolis Colts, with a victory, have clinched a postseason berth and keep the pressure on the two teams ahead of them, Kansas City and New England.
And Tennessee, if they do lose today, the Indianapolis Colts would clinch their division.
Tennessee right now leading by a score of 21-20 against the Buffalo Bills. Measurement shows the Patriots come up short, and Jacksonville will take over with 51 seconds to play.
Now that's a fine playing surface they got there, isn't it? Look at that. It's, oh my gosh. Again, it's like Teddy Bruschi said, we're having success up here because we're used to playing on a sloppy field. And it, you know, so much of that, Greg, that really is kind of true. You just get used to the conditions. You perform on it better because you do it during the week and you've had practice at it.
You're speaking generically, you.
Yes, well, as players.
Yeah. Leftwich to throw. Full screen. This is David Allen. And Allen is brought down. Jacksonville, no timeouts remaining. Leftwich kind of plowing along in that sloppy field. You know what? It's absolutely beautiful, the New England Patriots. Half a minute to play. Out of the shotgun, Leftwich. Incomplete, intended for Edwards. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from about the Jacksonville 37.
Come on in.
Well, we'll go up to Minnesota next week. On Saturday, you and I, we're going to do that game. Indoors, which is going to be good. Armin Katayan. Armin, it won't snow on you next week.
Armin will be indoors.
He's going to be the happiest of all, but we're...
Thank you so much.
There's our guy.
There's a Christmas present.
It is.
Then again, wouldn't it be interesting if we did the game indoors and left Armin outdoors?
That's not a bad thought either.
Leftwich. Edwards secures his grip on the ball, and he's brought down close to a 1st down by Tyrone Poole. And clock continues to move, and it looks like that will do it for the game here in Foxboro today. New England, a winner, 27-13. They've won 10 in a row. They've won 12 on the season. Patriots win at 27-13 for Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. Greg Gumbel saying so long from Gillette Stadium. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. To Jim Nantz in New York with the Subway postgame show.
All right, guys, thank you. What is it with you all and the snow up in Foxboro? New England straight wins overall. Both are